Yo, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Carlos Harris. Today's just gonna be like a one-on-one sit-down conversation because I feel like from my life experiences, I feel like a lot of people have gone through similar things or are currently going through them. And I wanna share it with you guys to help motivate you to stay on the right path. And today I just wanna talk about letting the instant gratifications of life go and staying focused on the goals that you have at hand. And just from personal experience, I was on full scholarship at the University of North Texas playing football, dream college athlete, doing all that stuff. But I found myself in a very dark place in college. I was drinking a lot. I wasn't really focusing on school. I ended up dropping out, and it was really like the first time in my life that I took like a life L. I had always been successful from high school and all the rest of that stuff, and just been a very popular person. But I found myself in a situation to where my credit was so fucked up. It was like a 400, 450, something like that, because I let a friend live with me. They ended up not covering their rent, and my name was on the lease, and that just got completely screwed up. Drinking, depressed because my life wasn't going the way that I wanted it to at the time. And I had a choice after college of dropping out, which I lied to my parents about for a while. And I did that because I know they wanted me to finish, and I didn't want to disappoint them. So I ended up moving in with my sister. I had the option to go live with my dad, but I chose not to go stay with my dad because I felt like it was a crutch that I was going to be, or a comfort place I was going to be going back into. And I really needed to sit with myself and honestly face the demons that I had inside of me and go out and make change in my life. So sleeping on my sister's couch was honestly one of the most humbling fucking things that I've personally gone through, because it's like, I can't even, like, if I had a girlfriend or something like that, I can't even bring a girl over to my own place. And like, to me, that's embarrassing. Or just to not have your own thing or own place after like all these years of hard work, it just honestly just made me feel like shit. But I needed that because I needed to face the adversity of life that I had never really faced before, because I had worked so hard to get to where I've gotten in college. And then now I'm out in the real world and nobody cares about if you're catching a football or all the rest of that stuff that currently goes on the field, and people that are attracted to because of the entertainment value. Now you're just a regular human being in society and nobody really cares about you. So sleeping on my sister's couch was tough, man. Honestly, back hurt. I was working at a job called Zena, serving tables. I actually lied on the application and said that I had been a server before because I really just needed a job. I was bouncing around from, I worked at Forever 21 for a little bit, and then I went and worked there. And during that time too, man, it was just really, really tough for me to mentally grasp that I was in the real world. Like, I was just another person just working a job. And not to say that there's anything wrong with working a job, but I honestly felt like I had so much more inside of me than just going to a place that I particularly didn't want to be. And just like the environment in there was just so much like of a down thing. You didn't show up to work and everyone was like happy. People were just no call, no showing. And just that kind of fell over into what I did. Some days I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to work. Like, I'm not even calling in. They wouldn't fire us, nothing. And I worked that job for 6 months. And it was just honestly one of just the most downer periods of my life. I felt like such a fucking loser, but it honestly made me realize what I wanted to do in life and how I had to change my mindset and my work ethic towards what I wanted to do to go achieve that. So it was like, one day I was talking to my friend Chris, and he was gonna end up moving back down to Texas. And I was like, yo, bro, like, this is a really good opportunity for me to get outside of my sister's house, get out of these drinking habits, get out of this negative mindset of going to work a job that I don't really like, getting in a space with someone who's like got some structure, is about his fitness, about his goals and stuff like that. So Chris made a very huge sacrifice I think he was coming from California, but I went to middle school and high school with Chris, if you guys don't know him. And he ended up coming back from California. He signed the lease in his name, and then I was just living with him, just underneath his lease. I ended up taking the bedroom. I paid a little bit more money to do that. And it really switched my mindset because Chris helped me get back on track. He really helped me focus on the things that I needed to focus on. And I am so fucking appreciative of that shit because I needed that structure. because I was falling fucking hard. I was falling hard. And I needed to get back to a place where I felt like I was something. And we used to get up every morning and run. Fucking run, bro. And I hated fucking running, bro. I hated it. But like I took it one step at a time, just like you do with everything in life. You take things one day at a time. And from there, you stack those like days into weeks and then to months and then to years. So Chris really like helped me get back on track as far as like staying focused. And that changed my mindset and ultimately got me out of that job that I was currently in to go chase something else that I wanted. And I ended up getting a job at Lexus. I was doing valet there, but it was a step up. It was a step up from where I was, and it put me in a better mindset to be around people who were working towards something. And during that time, I was starting to get a couple of brand deals on Instagram, and I was really starting to kind of focus on that and shifting my mindset because I had structure. I was letting go of all the bullshit that I was currently going out clubbing, partying all on Snapchat, drinking 24/7, living your best life, YOLO per se. And once I let all of that stuff go, my life started to shift dramatically because it was a structured routine that I had. We got up every single morning. We worked out. We came home. I got on my emails. I went to work whenever I had to go to work and stuff like that. The routine is what really helped me develop the skills that I currently have, is because with anything in life, bro, you need structure. If you don't have structure in your life, you're not going to be able to achieve anything. As bad as you want it, if you don't structure things and you don't actually write it down and then mark off the small things to get there, you're not going to get there. It's just not going to happen. So with that being said, I took the job at Lexus and my mindset started to shift on, okay, now I got some, confidence about myself. I'm starting to build myself back up out of that, dark space that I was in, and I'm starting to gradually get better. And as I worked at Lexus, I really understood like the type of person that I wanted to be. And the type of person that I wanted to be was the people driving those Lexuses, not the person parking those Lexuses, because those people, to me, in my eyes, they had financial freedom. They had, a way that they carried themselves. They came to our Lexus Park place, and it was a respect that they had when they walked in there because they've accomplished something. So that really was a humbling experience too, because I was parking cars for people. Well, let's just say this. I was in a mind state of, I don't really want to be the person parking the car. I want to be the person pulling up the car. But I got to be in this stage right now to get to that, because I have to understand what it is to not have something and then work towards getting it, because I've always kind of just been in that winner's position my entire life. And over that 6 months that I worked there, I really started to shift my focus towards blogging, which you guys now know me as a content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it. I started to shift my focus over there. And again, it all goes back to like your mindset and actually facing the things that you need to face. I needed to sleep on my sister's couch because I needed to humble myself to the point where I felt like I was nothing. And that's not to say that I'm not anything. It's just I'm in that mindset of I'm nothing and I want to be something, so I need to work towards getting it, and nothing's going to be handed to me. So during that 6-month period, I started emailing brands. And at that time, like nobody was really into like influencer marketing and stuff. And I started to get some traction. I started to work with Puma. I started to work with Foot Locker. I started to work with all these other brands. And I really just stayed focused on my routine. And I told my friends one day, and I said, yo, bro, like, you guys are still going out, I'm staying in. And 5 years from now, I'm gonna be light years ahead of you guys, because I'm gonna stay focused on the long-term goal and not the instant gratifications of life. And bro, swear on God, 5 years later, light years ahead, because I made a temporary sacrifice for long-term success. And if you're anyone in life that wants long-term success, take this advice from me. Be the loser for a little while. And what I mean by that, when your friends go out every weekend to escape the harsh realities that they have to face come Monday morning, you stay home and lock in, block out the outside noise, and focus on what you need to focus on. Because 5 years from now, you're going to be light years ahead of them. 1 year of pure focus, bro, will put you 5 years ahead of your peers. So I wanted to get that off my chest and just speak to you guys about if you're in a down place and you're just not satisfied with life right now and shit's just not going your way, take a look inside and figure out what change you can make to go make yourself successful. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen in maybe 1, 2, 3 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes as long as you're getting better every single day. So just take that advice from me. I hope that, it connected with somebody that was watching. All I want to do is be able to connect with one person and make them understand that where you're at in life is not where you're going to permanently be. So I appreciate you guys for all the love and support. This was just a raw sit down video of me just like speaking. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.